Hey everybody, Silent Tiger here. I wanted to start a new series, 7 Days to Die. For this one, I am going to play through, you can hear Laurel and Hardy, for the hockey player. We're going to go with Fortitude on this one. What I've been doing is, I've been taking my characters and going through one of the attributes. I already went through the awareness one, and I played about 30 days, and I went through the intelligence and did about 30 days in that one. And so for this series, I want to record it and go through Fortitude. I just like playing through them so that I can like see what the mechanics are of it, and I can kind of figure out what's good and what's not. So we're going to start out here. I'm going to be playing the winter one, or the winter biome. I tried for my awareness one. I played like the regular one, where it's the green grass and everything, and then for the intelligence one, I was in the desert. I wanted to try something different, and it just happened to put me in the Arctic one, so I went with it. Well, the winter one anyway, the winter fallout as I call it. But I noticed right away that there was a deer right beside me when I spawned in. And what I'm doing to start out with is I'm just getting through the kind of the tutorial so I can get the trader. And so I'm trying to get the trader. I'm trying to get it in someplace good. I'll show you some of the stuff that I do, but the first thing I want to do is like get all my stuff. One of the most important things I like to start out with is the number one important thing is like finding food and stuff, because your food and water tend to go down very fast. It's not very good for like the desert when your water goes down, because there's not very many places to find water in the desert. What I've noticed, but being in the winter, there's a lot of snow around, so water shouldn't be a problem. And so I think my main priority is going to be finding food. And since we are in the winter too, one of the other problems I think we're going to be running into is the weather and it being cold. I really don't have to worry about the effects of coldness right now to start out with. I think when you reach level 6 is when you get like a buff. Until then, that you're not really worry too much about the heat and cold, just before you get started. So I'm doing a little bit different. Usually I record me playing it. This one I recorded, and I am recording the audio afterwards. I'm not sure how much I'm going to talk during it, but I'll try and at least keep a commentary of what's going on and what I'm doing. So yeah, like right now I'm just trying to fulfill all the quests to get the trader. So I'm getting the clothes built, crafting some bows and arrows, and yeah, I'm not sure where the deer went. Kind of disappeared. But the hard thing here was trying to find a nest, a bird's nest, so I could get some feathers, because where I happen to be right now, there's a lot of rocks and plants. They're easy to see in the snow, but Looked like there was very many nests. Just a mention on the settings here. I am playing vanilla, so this is the basic core 7 Days to Die. Everything's set at normal except I have the experience bumped up to 125% because I think it'll make a better video to do that. Oh, and here I found a bird's nest, so I can get some and get some feathers and get my bow made. It's a good idea to destroy the nest afterwards because they do contain extra feathers, and you can get extra feathers. But as I was saying, the settings, the only difference that I have is the experience 125, so it goes a little bit faster, and I can make a better video for you guys. The only other thing that I have switched out is it was going to mark the plane drops, the supply drops. So that was the other, because it's kind of nice to do it, and I feel like you're inside and you can't see where it is. It's kind of nice to have that marked where it is, so you can kind of see it. But other than that, I try to keep everything normal and regular, so I can get kind of a feel of how everything worked. And every so often you'll see me pause and look at something or hear something. One of the things about 7 Days to Die is it is a zombie. There's a lot of sound-based. There's a lot of sound-based cues for like where zombies are and what's going on. So you have to kind of listen. I don't know if you saw that. There was a zombie in the background. Some of the zombies in the winter setting tend to be a little bit tougher because they're frozen, I guess, and they have some armor because of that. They're harder to damage. So I think this is the last part I need to put down a block and then create a campfire. And then once I get this done, the trader should spawn in pretty close. So, and right. So with this, the trader spawns in, and if you look at your map, you can get a location where it's going to mark your map with what's going on. I'm not going to put my base here, so I'm taking all the stuff and breaking it down and getting the resources from it. And I do see that lumbering zombie lumberjack in the background. So we try and go away from him. So I'm journeying to the settlement right now, picking up resources while I'm making my way over there. One of my favorite weapons is the spear. I think it does a good amount of damage. You can stab with it, so it's like a close range weapon, but you can also take it and throw it, which is nice because usually, from what I have, it takes like 2 spears is enough to damage a zombie, get him down the first time before, and you can him down that way. So I'm looking at the perks for Fortitude, and we have the Brawler, which is basically using your fists, and the machine gun. Those are the 2 combat perks. Usually all the other attributes have like a close range and a ranged weapon. We also have cardio and healing. I think those are two that I want to try out here. Now the rules that I have, I'm only going to increase my fortitude attribute. I'm not going to increase any of the other attributes, but usually you start out with one level in each, and I can choose a couple other things, but since I'm only at first level, I'm not going to be able to get very much, and my main focus is going to be on fortitude. I'm picking up some snowberries because they are food. They are not very good sustenance, but they do help out if you're hungry. Not very good, but it is a little bit. Every little bit helps. You do have to kind of watch out for food because there is some chance of food poisoning. It'll tell you. So, like raw eggs are not that great, but if you cook them, it tends to work out better. And there's other foods that you can cook that reduce the chance that you'll get food poisoning. Now I'm making enough arrows. I like the bow is pretty good ranged weapon in lieu of any of the guns. So it's like one of the best ranged weapons to start out with. It has a much longer range than the spear. The main disadvantage of the spear is that it's like a close range. I think awareness has the perk for it, and the more you put into it, the farther you can throw it. Alright, so I'm slowly making my way to the trader, and a deer pops out. Now, I was kind of surprised that I've seen 2 deers already because I didn't think the snow environment was trying to run away. I didn't think the snow environment had a lot of wildlife and stuff, but seems to be. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a hit. Just kind of fun to try and hit them from a distance. Get them sometimes. And he gets out of range. It's really hard to hit. You have to kind of wait for them to stop, and you have to lead them a lot, and you have to compensate a lot for the distance and put it up. Okay, and there's a mountain lion or a cougar, and I have not fought any of those. This is my first time seeing it one in the game, so I did not want to mess around with it. I don't know how good the AI is for the animals. I'm not sure if like the cougars and the cats and the dogs and stuff go after the other prey animals, but it looks kind of like it's going in that direction, like it's chasing after that deer, but can't be sure. This one, you kind of wonder about stuff. And in the background, you can see there's a boar or a pig. So that's a lot of wildlife considering. And here I get near this little military base thingy. If you notice all the hubcaps down there, those are hubcap mines, so I try and avoid them. But I do want to get resources from the bodies there, because you get the rotten flesh from that, and that's a good resource that you'll need, and you'll see later. I'll explain why. But right, so I backed up to a mine. So this is death number 1. Alright. So I gotta make my way back. And I've got on my map at the top my radar. You can see the settlement, and there's also the backpack of the stuff I just lost. So I'm gonna explore some stuff and get some stuff. Get some more resources, and there's a bunny too. So far, I'm not that far into it, but I've seen 2 deer, a cougar, a boar, and a bunny. So that's kind of a lot of wildlife. I guess more life than I've seen in the desert. There's not too much life in the desert. Some more snowberries here. And the bunny's around here somewhere. I see him moving every once in a while. So I put some rocks in here. I don't like rocks too well because they're hard to direct and hard to aim. But I think once or twice I try and throw a rock at the bunny. Because the animals are good sources of clean meat. They don't have like the rotten flesh in them. And I hear a zombie or something. I'm not sure what. Yeah, it's right up there in front. Towards the north. See, he's kind of coming, stomping. I decided to try and avoid him because I don't have very much. I have my stones and my axe here. And my backpack is getting near, but I do have to be very careful because the mines are still around here. So, this is where I was. I was trying to find my backpack, and it's stuck in a bush. And I hear the zombie that came up earlier. The zombie's around somewhere. Don't want to have a repeat step on another mine, so I'm going to be kind of careful. The zombies to the left, zombies to the right. So there's zombies back there. There's a zombie over there. There's a zombie behind the car. Luckily they don't see me yet, but and there's a bunny. And yes, I forgot to check that and get the stuff out of it before I destroyed it. So always check. And so I'm scrapping some stuff just to try and make a little bit more room. Sometimes if you scrap stuff, you can get enough room, because right now I'm encumbered. I'm about 7 over. I have 2 hotbar spaces, so I could put something in my hotbar to reduce that a little bit, but eating a little bit to try and get my food up to 100. I am kind of bad about keeping an eye on that most of the time, so. And because I'm overburdened, I'm making a chest so I can put some stuff down in it and come back and get it later. I'm trying to find a good place to put it. This is a good place to put it. Wrong button. But I throw some stuff in that I don't need quite right away. If I scrap that, I get wooden rocks, so, or rocks. So it's something I already have, so it won't take up an extra space. So I'm right here. And one thing I like to do is if I put a box down, I like to mark it on the map so I know it's a drop box, so I can come back and get it later. Or if I'm doing something, I can go and drop stuff off in it, or pick stuff up, or switch stuff around. And I found a book. Yes, machine guns. I think that my perk, go take the machine gun perk from Fortitude, that some of the stuff might overlap a little bit, but it's good to have. And the other option I had was to save it and try and sell it to a trader. But I decided to use it because I'm not sure when the perk, if it overlaps with the perk, or it'd give me the benefits of a perk that I would get at a higher level, so I'm just taking it and using it now. I haven't played enough to know if there's overlap between the books and the perks, so. And I'm getting some extra, and I'm getting encumbered again, but I'm close to the trader, so I'll go trade. So I'm not too worried about that. Encumbrance does make you slower and stuff. And that bird's nest was too close to traders because it was protected. So we got this big guy, and I don't want to go into the traders and have him out here. I'm gonna try and take care of him. You can see he's kind of getting me. Because he is kind of a little bit tougher. There's a bunny and a deer. All right, and the other one seems to have lost me. The one with the spears and him. And you figure that sound is because I missed him and I hit something that was on the trader's property, and it didn't like that. There's another guy, and it looks like there was another deer back there somewhere. I decided to go after this guy because he's got my spears and he's already injured. Take as much to do, hopefully. One thing about using the bow, if you do the right mouse button, gives you better aim, and your chances of hitting are better if you take time to aim. But you have to remember that once you do get into your aiming, that you have to get out of it or it'll slow you down. And finally he goes down, and I want to get back as many arrows as I can. Ooh, a bird's nest. And this is the first time I'm in a winter trader, so I just want to take a look around. See what it looks like. The vending machines are good, they're your friend. I like the winter trader. The other traders are more agreeable. The winter trader is kind of cranky. Another good way is to take jobs because you get money and you can buy food. And also get you experience with the trader to get better things. And you get to keep the loot that they have while you're helping them. And you also get, they also have like a prize at the end. So you get some money and some. You can choose your prize. So I'm looking at some stuff to sell. And my first one is berry supplies. I try to take the ones that were close by so I would get them easy. And I'm looking at his food products, see what I can buy. Not very much, because I don't have too much.
gotta move on.
There's a little kitchenette over here. A safe back there. There's some player vending machines right there. And it looks like this forge is good, so I don't know if you can use them within the vendors or not, but something I'm going to try when I get a chance and get some stuff. Everybody a little bit helps here, finding stuff to get. I mean, you won't be able to gather resources or anything too much because you aren't allowed to break stuff or change stuff. But like I said, there's a lot of food in the vending machine, so it's good to save some money up for that. And we're gonna put on some clothes. There we go. And that affords me some heat and cold protection. Now the next item on my list of stuff to do is finding a place that I can fortify. Because in 7 days the blood moon comes and we'll have to defend it from zombies. And at night I'll have to find a safe place, a safe house that I can sleep in. So that's my next priority. And I kind of wanted something a little bit close to the traders so that I can go back and forth and it's not too bad. So that's why I wanted something that was close by. One other thing that I like to do because it seems like more efficient, is I like to make a little cache near the traders, and I like to throw in my tokens, the money in there, just so, because then I don't have to carry it around, and then I can kind of stockpile it there, and then when I come back I can just grab the tokens and have the money for the trader. I wanted to get some cobblestones, so I needed to have enough stones for the cobblestones, but I needed some the clay. So right now I'm just kind of digging. I'm getting the clay, I'm getting some snow. Snow will be used later to get water. Snow plus campfire gives you water. It might not be potable, but you can turn it into potable water by cooking it. And drop some rocks here. And I don't want to be stuck in a hole. If a zombie comes, I know there weren't really any right nearby, but it's good to be cautious. That's what I'll put it as. So I'm making some cobblestones. I'm getting some of the flagstone blocks. So those are better than my plant fiber. At least right now they are. I'm not sure if they afford me any protection against the heat or cold, but now I can craft some blocks. And while I'm waiting for Netflix, yeah, a little bit short there. See the black smoke where it, a little bit too far behind them. And can't remember that. And that's enough to scare them off. I'm painting my bow purple. Why? Because I feel like it. I've never seen a purple bow before. Kind of like blue ducks. And there's a guy in the background, but far enough away. So we are make a square. Put the storage chest inside. Throw in my tokens. I can throw in anything else I want to put. Everything I want to sell, I can put it in there. So next time I go, I can take it to the trader. And I make a wooden hash to it's safe, secure, and I make the mistake, which you'll see here in a second. Because it was unsupported. So I need to put some stuff around it so it's not just sitting there on empty air. So one good thing about you have all these different, if you have the little shapes in the corner of the icon there, it means you can change the shapes of the item. You just have to hit the button you usually use for reload, which I just did default one of R. And then since it's connected to, now it's not just sitting on the air, it's connected to those little flagstone plates that I put there, that it'll stay up. So I'm looking around trying to see if there's any good places, and try to decide what I want to, where I want to go for. To make my base, and I decide I'm gonna take this place right here, see what it's like. Now I'm not sure if there's any zombies or anything. Most definitely there are, but this little place doesn't look like it's too big, so it might be good to use that. All right, so trying to clear out the zombie. So like I said, 2 spears can get him down, and some good blows. This little place, so it'll make kind of like a nice, at least safe house for this first night here. Grab some more wood here. And let's good place. It looks like a nice safe place, so I'll put it at my spawn point. And I'm trying to figure out all the stuff I can do. I'm looking for a campfire. And it's a good thing to favorite stuff that you'll be using for, looking for a lot. I do need some more rocks, so let me grab a few more rocks. And I can clear out some of the other stuff in the area. More resources. Oh, and my speaker that I left there. And there's a coffin down there, so I searched that because I won't need. I think dead would be alright with me trying to survive. Alright. So I'm reinforcing the door a little bit. And I need some scrap parts. More scrap parts than I have. So I'm crafting a fire here. But I also want to craft a storage chest to put this stuff in, since it's my base. So I'm going to put the storage chest up on the wall so it's out of the way. I'm looking for places to put it. Alright. That's out of the way. And put my campfire down there and see if there's a cook. I can drink some water because now I can make some more. Have a meal, try and keep my food up, and I get food poisoning. The rotting flesh I got earlier, it's good to collect that for farm plots. You need nitrate powder and clay soil, and you almost always have some wood before them too, but I think the limiting factors on the farm plots are the nitrate powder and the dead flesh. And like I said, scrap stuff to make room. Let's put some stuff away. Stuff I'll be using later. I mean, I'm not sure. I kind of like to keep endings in my hotbar, but sometimes I don't know about the room. I don't tend to use it very much unless it's an urgency, which is when you need it right away. It's good to have it out, but if you don't use it very much, sometimes I replace it with other things. Like sometimes I like to put water down there too. Alright. So I have snow and have my empty bottle. So I can be able to cook it, but I had to put some wood to turn it on. I'm gonna cook as many as I can, which is just one here. And I don't want to waste the fuel, so it's a good idea to turn it off. You can see the fuel has the remaining time on it. And I want to cook make that murky water into potable boiled bottled water, because you're very likely to get food poisoning from it. The murky water, the boiled water is better. Okay, and I need some first stone arrows, but I seem to be missing stone, so that's okay because I have cobblestone. And I wanted to use those to make some of the flagstones, but here I want to try and get my arrows up, so I reuse some scrap, and you don't get a bunch back, so it's a good idea to try and just make what you need. But sometimes if you make too many, it's gotta do that. Flagstones are useful for building to carry around. So are the wood boxes. And I don't want to use I want to be careful about using my steel shovel and pick, because they need repair kits to repair. The stone axe, it can be better at the beginning because all you need to repair it are rocks, and so at least till you get the ability to buy or make repair kits. The stone axe takes a while longer, but it is good to use because it's easily repairable. And I'm getting about the end of the first day. I'm kind of listening for zombies. I made my stuff. I want to check my character out. I got dysentery for a little while, and I'm reducing my food and water, so I'd be careful about that. And you can see my water is getting reduced. So I'm going to make some more. And I'm pretty bad about conserving fuel, but I try my best when I remember. If it's close, sometimes I'll just let it go so I can go do other stuff. And I do put in the landmine box now. It's good because it prevents zombies from spawning, but and I'll look about cooking the egg. Guys, you can make boiled eggs, but however, I think it takes me a second or two to notice that I need a cooking pot for it. Because some of the recipes you need a cooking pot. powder roll an egg, and then the thing that you don't have to cook the pot. Yeah, about this time I noticed that it's the end, so I hope you enjoyed Laurel's first day, and have a good day.